Watcher, so it's about, I don't know, 11:30.
Here's my kit. Oh, got my new Avid mat. Compact, really light, big enough, brilliant. I absolutely love it. Loads better than the last one I had. I shouldn't have any problems with that when it gets wet. And as you can see, stripped back my kit completely. It weighs nothing. Just 2 rods as well. Really ummed and ahed about that 3rd rod last night, but this morning I was completely sure. Just bringing 2 rods makes a hell of a difference to the amount of kit and the amount of weight that you carry. And I just want to be mobile. Just wanted to strip back everything, simplify everything, just start from scratch again, but with everything that I've learned already over the last month or so. So this is the point swim. And the channel swim that I was in the last 24 hours is just round the corner here. And that was where I was putting a bait. But this whole bank here, I fancy at the moment. Of course, we've had a northerly, still got a northerly, northwesterly in fact, coming in. Not a bad northwesterly. There was a lad down in the bay last night. He stayed all night. It was looking good conditions wise, but there was no fish showing. He didn't catch anything. Yes, it's an odd one, that bay. When they're there, they're there. It's either that far corner over there. I don't think there's anybody in it. Can't see anybody. There's only a couple of cars in the car park. A camper belonging to my mate Paul. He's camped up in the car park, brilliant. He couldn't get through on his bike, so he had to bring his camper with him. Another lad's just in the channel there, Jeff, just been speaking to him. He's only seen 1 fish top this morning, Paul, and that was right on top of where I think they're pre-baiting all the pellets. So, yeah, you might be in for one. But me, personally, it's either that swim there, right at the other end, or this swim here. You know what I fancy doing? I fancy just setting up here for an hour or so, putting a couple of baits over to these areas over here on the margins, a nice bright pop-up with a good handful of crazy nut spread all along, and just see if I can't pick up a wandering fish. But also, I can sit here and I can watch that far end of the lake, can't I? And if they start rolling down there, then quite obviously I can make way down there. So that could be a bit of a plan, couldn't it? There's not a lot of point in me walking around the lake, like I say, because I can see it all from here. I'm not expecting anything on the back of the wind there. I don't think the islands are going to produce so much with a northerly. I think that's the area, you know, and possibly down there later. So I think what we'll do is we'll set up a couple of rods here, we'll throw them out, we'll see if we get lucky with a bright pop-up, and then we'll just watch the water and we'll put the kettle on and we'll have something to eat. Happy days. Rods are out. One under that willow, of course, one to the left. One on the willow, right in the margin, 4 foot down, left hand one about 6, 7. 4 handfuls of bait spread all along there, fired high, easy, very quick, very easy. Don't need a 3rd rod. Where would I put it? Kettle's on. Yay! Look at that. Good timing. Let's put the water in there. Pop that off. Pop that on. Turn the gas up. Boom. Happy days. It's going to be blue sky all day long. So didn't have to bring the umbrella, a waterproof jacket or anything, although I did bring my leggings because it can get a bit chilly, especially on the end of the wind. So far I've seen nothing showing at all, because you know what, if I do, I bet I'll see it along that margin somewhere, probably right over there where I can't cast it, but you know, and the usual spot just the back of the island, but they're safe there, they do it all the bloody time. Don't mean you're going to catch them. So happy at the moment to just sit, watch the water, see if I can suss out where there's a few fish, maybe get to them. That's the idea. Gently does it. I've got some 18 mils with me because that's all I've got left in the freezer, but what I'll do is if I can get sort of close to them, I'll just cut those into four, use them as chops. They fall very quietly, you know. Yeah, so that's the plan, and I plan to stay here until after dark as well. Right, kettle's boiling, time for coffee. I think it's going. Lovely. I've got to say, it's quiet here today. Oh yeah, I can hear myself. Well, you got to laugh, because if you don't, you know, just drive you insane, I guess. I don't know. It's nice standing there in the sun after those couple of days of rain. Almost perfect conditions if you think about it, but not perfect, not in there anyway. And sadly, being in there and not being able to move off the rods really, unless I took them out, which I didn't really want to do. Couldn't see what was going on in here, but the guy over there, I don't think he had anything, not sure, I checked the book. Guy down there didn't have anything last night. I didn't have anything. It's been tough of late, last week or so. I don't know what they've been doing at the weekends. They've probably been hauling. That's probably why it's so tough in the wind. That wind, as you can see, is now pushing more and more and more to a northwesterly, west-northwesterly. I've got to keep my eye on that area there by just walking up to that bit there and looking down. If I see them, spot them fish moving up and down this area, then I can move that right hand rod, or that left hand rod actually, I'll move that to over there. Keep my eye, of course, on the bottom end of that lake as well. Ready to move down there. Only take about 10 minutes to get down there, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and I'm set up. Well, I've just seen a fish top just out there. The wind is swinging between northwest and the north at the moment, and then veering around to the west-northwest, coming this way and that way, so veering like this. But it's not going to turn to the south until midnight tonight, something like that. So yeah, we've got some southeasterlies blowing in as well, so I think it's going to go swing round to that way, come in from that way. That is a cold wind actually. It's not a warm wind, it's a cold one. So it could be chilling the water rather than like at the end of summer, you know. You get northerly and you're straight on the end of it, but this time of year, depends on whether that wind is warmer or colder than the water temperature. That matters. But even so, they do like to follow a wind in here, and of course the oxygen content of it and everything else. But that fish is a lot closer to me than way over there, isn't it? So at the moment I'm happy to sort of, you know, but yeah, temperatures at this time of year, they can drop quite rapidly, and water temperatures as well. It's in the mid-60s last week. It's a little bit lower this week. But don't think that this is easy water, because it's not. I think everybody's realised that who fishes it. Obviously the longer you fish it, the easier things do become. But yeah, there you go. Right up against that margin, a couple hundred yards away. Certainly in front of that second island swim. So that's the original swim over there. And then there's a second island swim. And then another swim there, down there, but it's, yeah, in front of that one. So, again, you know, it's on that margin there, isn't it? But would expect to start seeing more fish at this time of day. Afternoons, early evening. That's when they seem to show themselves. But, I'm packed light, I can move fast. And I intend to. I don't intend to sit on my hands. If I'm watching fish starting to roll consistently somewhere that I think I can get to or get close to, then I'm going to move. Tomorrow, different day, different weather conditions, wind direction's changing. I'm not sure if I'm working tomorrow or not yet, but if I'm not, I'll be down here again. Probably around about the same time, 11, 12 o'clock. Late start, designed just for the afternoon. Grebes are working that area over there at the moment as well. So I've made my decision to stay here. A few reasons for that. I've seen 3 fish top in this quadrant here, in this area. One over there in front of them reeds, another one in front of me, and one just to the left, further out the middle. And I've seen one top about 200 and another one about 250. So I've seen more fish, one more fish at least, top this end. So yeah. Also, this wind is cold, and my experience of sitting on the end of a cold wind is that it's cold. And I don't necessarily think that a cold wind is going to do me any good. So what I've done is I've put another 2 handfuls concentrated on either rod over there. Obviously with this wind, some of it's been spread about a little bit, but that's okay. I'm happy with that. I'm going to have a recast in a little while as well, just to make sure everything is all right and I'm happy with everything. And it's just the last few hours of daylight that we're looking forward to, and hopefully get a run. But you never know, we might get one in between now and then. This time of year, there's always a chance. So I'm a bit slow on the uptake sometimes. It's quiet a day, of course it is. The wind's coming from the north, Stephen. I've said it before, haven't I? This place is greater than normally because the sound is just blown away. And those southerlies blowing, it's just coming at you all the time. So another fish topped about 140, 150 yards straight out in the middle there. Seen another fish top in front of the second island swim as well. So they're topping. And I'm hoping that a number of fish obviously move onto my bait. But I've got bright pop-ups out. So, as ever, I stand a chance. But it is getting tougher. And of course, not being able to get to any of that area there is making it really tough. There you go. It is what it is. Kettle's on again. For my coffee. My feet are just a tiny bit cold. Yep, I think the weather's turning. Definitely, the leaves are falling a lot. Temperatures are going down. It's October already. Summer's over. Autumn's over almost. Soon be winter. I never ever get as much fishing done as I want to. I still don't think I spend nearly as much time on the River Ouse as I wanted to. I could spend a lifetime on that place though. But what time am I chuffed? Really chuffed to get a bite. It's always nice when it works, you know? Hold on. Just want to treat the hook hold a little bit of polish. Go around. It's a short, dumpy little thing. I'm well chuffed with it. I'm well chuffed. It's not the biggest in the lake. It's 19 pounds. It's one of the small ones. But well pleased. I'm just gonna move around to a little bit more There you go. Happy days and time for another bite. I've got 8 anvils out there. Spread a lot of bait. This is the left-hand rod. Only gave me a couple of 4 or 5 bleeps, that's it. I was on it. Couldn't quite believe it when the rod went right over. It took off. Quickly show you the other side. They're all really fat in here though, so they can't be starving, can they? Right, let's pop this one back, get that rod out again, some more bait out. Happy days. Effort equals success. A little bit. Effort equals success. Well chuffed. It's been a while since I had a bite from this place. Last week I came down on the Monday, drifted around a bit, came down on Tuesday, nothing doing. Social Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Back on Monday, 10 o'clock till 8:30 or so, an hour or 2 after dark, back home, pouring with rain, all that kit. JRC mat of mine soaked through, full of water, just a nightmare. Got back to the car after about 3 stops, soaked through. Had to take waterproofs off, just couldn't walk in, it was just too hot. Sat in the car for about literally 15 minutes with the engine running and the fan on. Just eating Jaffa cakes, trying to get energy, trying to sort myself out. It was positively knackered. Home, shop. On the way home, dinner, shower, bed, up at 6, back here at 6:30, until last night when I left it again around about 8:30, 9 o'clock. Didn't come off in that bay like I thought it would. There you go. And yeah, I thought, well, I'm not going in there today. With the wind and all the rest of it, you know, I really sort of had a good feeling about this swim or the one at the end there. They're the only two that access that bank on this part of the lake, so it's one or the other really, for a northerly. So yeah, pleased that that's gone off. I just popped the bait out perfect on the spot and dropped another handful and a half on it and around it. Quick and easy, no problems. Seagulls got a few. Cares. Happy days though. Got a fish. Now let's see if we can get one of those much bigger ones. Well, as you can see, the wind is shifting round. At the moment, it's coming from the northwest. It's going to swing back to the northwest around about 7 o'clock. And then it's going to swing west-northwest, then west, and by the morning it'll be moving back round to the southwest. So by the time I get here tomorrow, it'll be a southerly, and then later on in the afternoon it's going to swing round to the southeast. So I'll give you over there. Yeah. Could be First Island. When in doubt, if there's a south belting along, First Island. Always, I guess, in the southerly if you can't figure out where they're going to be. They might be on the back of the wind still, though. But this northerly's only been blowing for 24, well, not even now, 18 hours since last night. So, coming up to 24 hours, I guess. Well, perhaps not long enough to really push them around too much. I am glad to get a bite though. It's been a while.
and that's the first one on the flatbed system. And I christened my new carp mat today. I only got it yesterday, so well chuffed. I always like to get a bite, obviously, you know. Yeah, it's yesterday. I think, to be honest with you, I think if it wasn't for the fact that I was waiting for that wind to come pushing in like it did, I probably would have moved by lunchtime, but you know, there you go. I've seen a few fish roll, some far out, a couple along the margin, but yeah, not a huge amount of activity. Hopefully we'll get another run though. Well, in some parts it's warm, but here it's starting to get chilly out in the sun. That bloody thing's making a hell of a noise, isn't it? Bulldozer! I saw a carp top over there, just on the edge of the back of the wind. There you go. I think first island swim, maybe the pump. Might be a good choice tomorrow. The wind will be belting that way again. I do fancy a bit of that. I got to know that swim quite well, first island swim. I know exactly where I want to put my baits. As far in as you can. I know, actually, basically using the curve of that island, you see. The closer to the island, but the further this way, the more down this slope you can get, you see. Otherwise it's a long chuck from next door. But from there it's not a very hard chuck at all. Fish aren't really showing that much. I haven't really seen anything in the last 15 or 20 minutes. Flat spot over there. Possible sighting of a fish topping way out in the distance. But I'm not sure. I've called it out the corner of my eye. Nothing really in this area at all. It's all been sort of, you know, the Bermuda Triangle. This time of year though, you can feel the chill in the air, you know. The mornings are cold. Yeah. But I think I'll be packing the Ski-Tex soon. I better get myself a new pair of liners and getting the long johns out and the thermal vest. It'd be nice to get another run, I have to say, and I am going to hang on till after dark. I think it's well worth it, especially if this northerly keeps blowing like this. Really fed up with that bulldozer. Makes more noise than the traffic. I really enjoy these short sessions, I have to say. I get things done in the morning. I don't get so tired, don't get so worn out, and I just more manoeuvrable, especially when I'm travelling like this. I just sort of feel that, you know, I'm hunting a little bit more rather than just camping, sitting around for hours on end. Sometimes you have to do that, you know, but I'm enjoying this, and it's nice to have got a fish too. That always helps. As you can see, this wind is dropping. It's going to swing round eventually to the west and then southwest. So looking forward to getting back tomorrow actually, and probably, if it's available, fishing the island. I think it probably will be, because of course it finishes at 10 o'clock on Friday morning, so it's doubtful. People tend to come down here on a Thursday night and then have to leave at 10 in the morning. unless they're just an overnighter and got work the next morning, in which case they normally choose the bay because it's quicker. So yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be available for me. That's good. But no hard and fast plan. We'll get here, we'll have a look around, and we'll see what we see, and we'll decide. Well, the wind's swinging, it's still blowing though. It's pushing straight across a little while ago, looking very tasty. I've just been pacing up and down. The only thing that stops me from pacing up and down is making a coffee, so I have to sit down and drink it, but I'm quite sure I'll be up again real soon. I know I've said it loads of times, but I do love these short sessions, the way it's all sort of compressed and you're constantly thinking, you know, because you're there at the right time, and, you know, I really think we should get another run though, so I've got to give it as much time as I can. But I think fishing this lake, as much as anything, has highlighted to me the fact that I do need some new rods and reels, because to be honest with you, I'd like to be really pushing it, and these rods, they'll push to those reeds, but you know, it was, as much as anything, what I did when I got here was I got the catapult out, pocket full of bait, and started firing baits as far as I could. So obviously I'm aiming for the reeds, and I got 2/3 of the way, even with the wind blowing, you know. And to be really, and I want to be really accurate with my bait. I want it where I want it, you know. So this is why this area here, it's only 40 yards, 50 yards, but it's about the distance. It's really sort of this catapult here, this one here that I've got. It's about the maximum distance. I've got a throwing stick for 18 mils, but I hate using them. I'm no good with them. Yeah, but I quite like the idea of the spom that fires off in mid-air. I can't remember who makes it. Is it Fox or someone like that? Basically, you fire it out. There's a fish just rolled 30 yards off those reeds. You basically fire it out like a spom. You hold your rod back, when it hits the stop knot, it ejects, opens the door, and it sort of scatters them like a catapult would. I like that, so I'm going to look into that. I've had a look at one. It looks a bit complicated, but I think yeah, I quite like the idea of that. I've never liked the idea of a spod or a spom, because they just kind of dump it, you know, in one sort of area. That's why I like the little spom that I use, because I can, although I've got to cast 3 times as many times, I can get a bit more of a spread and less of a concentration. I think it's important that, you know, you got to keep them on the move. Right, well, it's coming up to about 5:30. That lot over there are shutting up shop soon. Yay! But it's rush hour. However, we've got a bit of a northerly, so it shouldn't be too bad. And we could get another run. Well, it's getting dark now, but I'm staying. I'm seeing a few fish top at distance off that first island there, and in the middle. I've also just seen a fish top off the margin over there, so yeah, definitely staying. Yeah, I think that hour before and after dark this time of year, you know, some waters, they just switch on. Yeah, I remember many years ago, mid-80s, I used to fish my local pond, Todd's Pit, just up the road from here, this time of day, get a few runs. Used to work early mornings, get down there about 3 o'clock, fish for a couple of hours out the back of the car in the car park. Brilliant. Happy days. Flat calm, as you can see. A couple of lads turned up and they've gone round to busway 2. So busway 1 is still free for the island in the morning. But I might just end up going down at the bottom there. We'll see. Well, I say mid-morning, late morning, lunch. That's when I'll get here. And I'll stand here and watch for a while, and then we'll see. Fish has just topped over that left-hand rod. Or was it that coop getting out of the water? I think it was that coop. Oh well, maybe it was the coop before and I just didn't see it. I'm sitting here, standing there, waiting for a run from a coop.